Vicky, what's your character's armor class?
16.
How about your passive perception?
12.
And you're human?
Yes.
Dish Morthos is you?
Morthos, yes.
Okay, is it this mask is going to represent your character?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. What's your armor class?
14 without a shield.
Do you have a shield?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm just putting it at 15 then. Alright, and...
16.
Yeah, or 16, yeah. Passive perception?
Don't know. Where's my passive perception?
It's going to be all the way to the right. If you look on your perception, it's going to be all the way to the right.
12.
And you're a tiefling?
I'm a tiefling.
Just let me know when you guys are ready.
Right, so I can go, role playing wise, and I have my weapons set up and everything. I'm just fleshing out the minor details.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
Okay. I told you guys you didn't have to come up with any kind of backstory or anything like that. I'm going to do this campaign more of an episodic, not an epic campaign. So kind of why I need heroes for hire, so that you have missions and quests and stuff you guys are going instead of just saving the world like usual.
Okay.
Okay, you guys can make up whatever background you want, and keep it to yourself or reveal as much as you want whenever you want. But you're not going to know each other at first. None of you connected anyway to past events that have happened in the Mitchverse. You guys are just starting adventures, just getting your feet wet and looking to see where there's work. With that being said, if you guys don't have a place where you're from, that's fine. You can always come up with one later if you need to. But this is going to take place on the shore of the Sea of Fallen Stars, near the Kingdom of Impilter, which is, if you guys remember where Cormyr is, it's east and kind of north of Cormyr. All right. You have traveled here either over land or by sea, by boat. Hearing that the Kingdom of Impilter is expanding once again, and they are looking for adventurers to help clear out monsters so that they can safe areas for their people to expand into. There is land masses. Here there's a major city far to the east, and then there's another one to the west and south of you guys. But where you will be stationed is kind of in the middle of these two cities, on the edge of the Sea of Fallen Stars to the south, the Grey Forest and Earth East Mountains to the north of where you guys are. Okay. While this small, we'll call it town. It's not quite a city. Has docking and shipping, and their mainstays are fish, lumber, meat, and earthen materials, such as they make pots and stoves and stuff like that. That's their main export. But this is a town that is just on the edge. Think Tombstone, on the edge of the gold rush. So they're just getting ready to become a boom town where there's people coming in, and there's they need places to live. They're building they're building out and trying to build up as well, make a name for themselves. There's a local lord that sees this area. He doesn't live at this town, but he is kind of in charge of this area. There's also a local militia, as well as every once in a while there'll be troops coming in from Impilter, just riding through and whatnot. But for the main part, the only really form of law here is a sheriff with some militia deputies and stuff. Okay, the town's called Hungrul's Landing, Hungrul, named after obviously the man who founded the place. And it started as a fishing village and has kind of built up since the Grey Forest. The local elves have left this area, so the humans have moved in and started to reclaim the forest for their own, and that's where the logging came in and stuff. They found that the soil around here is very rich, so they're able to grow lots of crops, and thus why this place is on the edge of becoming a city instead of just a town. So you guys have all heard about this place. from one means or another. You guys can figure that on your own. But you've all made your way here. Most of you have probably made it by sea, unless you're from this area. You took a boat and were ferried in here, from whatever direction you came from, south, west, or whatever. All right. Any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Our title page is kind of what I was, kind of what this thing will look like in the future. You see these buildings in the back here are under construction and whatnot. But it was the closest thing I could find to what I was really looking for.
Looks like
And so we'll move you guys onto the city streets. Okay. As you guys arrive here at separate times, but I'm going to have you guys kind of arrive here on the same day, just at different moments. You see, again, it's pretty bustling. There are merchants with wares that you don't normally see, coming from more exotic locations. So there's a lot of like costume jewelry, and there's exotic meats. There's animals that you've never seen in person in cages. People are selling. There's also weapons dealers, that sort of thing, as well as the normal, bakery and butcher and blacksmith and that sort of thing. As you inquire around, and you find that the best place to find somewhere to stay and to get a bite to eat and refreshment is a large inn/tavern that has just finished being built, and is called the Golden Lion. They tell you it was completed within the past year, and it's got it has fresh fish delivered each day, plus fresh meat coming from the forests and stuff like that. So it's pretty popular around here. All right.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to have you guys roll a 6-sided die, and whoever's highest arrives at the tavern first. If you guys tie, you arrive at the same time. All right. So it's like is it Fiera?
Farah.
Farah. Okay. Farah. Okay. All right. So Farah, you arrive first. I'm putting you on the map. Hang on.
Mitch, what's the primary gods in this land or in this world?
Any of the Faerunian gods you can use. Most of them are in the DMG, but you can look them up online. Okay, so Farah, as you arrive, you can see that this place is pretty big. It's got steps of gray slate. They're tailored. It looks like the area around is manicured. Has a little seating bench here outside under a nice tree. There's already a horse tied up to a trough outside, and then the well for the horse trough. It's got a lantern hanging here by the door, and there's also the sign here that has a picture of a lion that is fully colored. It's been painted, hand painted, and it has the golden lion etched into the wood. Everything here looks expensive. Even the double doors that lead inside have depictions of lions carved into the wood.
Mitch, I don't know if it's supposed to be, but I'm dark.
Yeah, you're not on here yet.
Okay.
I haven't put your characters on it. Fair, you can see, right? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I will go in.
Okay. You head inside, and the doors should be open. You can see inside and stuff. Inside, as you can see, it's extremely busy. There are three barmaids running around, serving the different people, and you can see people from merchants to commoners to what looks like adventurers like yourself and whatnot. There's a very large oak barn or bar towards the back of the bar. Each table appears to be of the finest local oak. There's a very grand fireplace, one that you could just walk in and stand up in. That's giving off a nice warmth and warming the whole entire area, as well as a performance stage here, which is currently empty.
What time of year is it?
We'll say it is autumn, early autumn.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Okay, I'm going to
Early autumn.
go over here and just like warm up a little,
Okay.
and then find a seat over this way.
Okay. You sit down. You catch the barmaid's eye over here. She nods, smiles, and waves to you. She looks. She's very young, probably 14, 15 years old. She has a very nice smile, but she looks like she's, tired because we're running around. As she acknowledges you and gives you a head nod as if to say, "I will be there as soon as I can get there."
Okay.
Okay, Morthos.
Is that I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
going to be looking around, watching people, seeing what's going on.
Okay. Morthos, you're next to show up.
Ah,
All right, there you are. As you approach, you see what I described to Farah in the first time. It's going on towards evening, but the sun, you've got about a couple hours more of sunlight left. As you look around, and you can see this place is not only grand; it's like a 2-story building, but it looks a bit opulent as well. As the doors are innately carved, they're open. They're open so you can see and hear and smell everything going on. But as you look at the sign, I mean, the sign it's good workmanship as well. All right, stepping in, you see the same thing I described as well. It's very busy. It's noisy, and you can see at least 3 barmaids running around, going as fast as they can, trying to fill orders and whatnot to the tables. There's several tables. Only 2 of them are unoccupied at this time.
I'm going to go up to the bar.
Okay, there's plenty of room at the bar.
Is there a barmaid?
There's 3 barmaids and there's a bartender down here. He seems to be in a conversation with a few merchants that are sitting in the corner. He look as you take your seat. He looks over at you. He nods his head. He says, "Be right there."
Thank you.
Okay, next to arrive. Okay, Alexander and Robbie. I just shortened it to Alex. If you want me to change it to Alexander, I can. For your token's sake. You guys arrive. Start heading towards the Golden Lion. As you approach, you see again the same things I already described.
All right.
Oh, you. Okay, I'm sorry. You keep breaking up on me, Mitch. I'm going to check mine.
I'll walk to the entrance.
Okay. You lap that fool and head towards the door.
Yeah. Big double doors.
Yeah, they are. Right now, they're propped open. So they're even though I have them closed, you can see inside stuff. But if I left them open, you would see the wall because I forgot to not put a wall there. So I just put them in there. But yeah, they're held open with chains, and you can feel you can smell the food, the drink, the wood burning from the fire and everything as you walk in, and you can hear the cacophony of sounds of dozens of voices trying to talk over each other.
Okay, so let's see. There are a few open tables.
Mm-hmm. This is a performance stage over here, and there's two unoccupied tables. One table towards the back has only one person sitting at it. You see three barmaids running around, some few people at the bar, and the bartender.
Okay. I'll look around, kind of stroll in a bit.
Okay.
Make my way through. Figured I probably shouldn't take a full table just by myself. See, this one's got a lot of people. Oh, that one's got a lot of people. I'll spy the one with one person.
Okay.
Hello. Do you mind if I sit here? I see you're alone.
Certainly, no problem.
Okay.
You're welcome to join.
Thank you.
All right. Farrah, why don't you give character description?
She has long red hair, light green eyes. She's 5'4", wearing chainmail. She has a long sword on her waist and a glaive, probably propped up behind her, but within easy reach. And then the typical dagger here and there or whatever. But she has a genuine smile and seems pretty kind of laid back at the moment.
All right. And Robbie?
Okay. He is a human. He's 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. Not overly big and bodybuilder like, but he does. He's bald. Looks like he shaves his head, so it's bald. He does have the beard, mustache, brown eyes. He does wear chainmail. He has a cloak over it. There's a tabard in front of the chainmail, and the symbol is a gauntlet with an eye in the middle of it. If you are somewhat familiar with gods or temples or whatever, it would be the symbol of Torm. He's kind of a popular god, I guess.
Get the hell out.
So that's what's on there. He does have a librum, or I guess like a book, to his side, like it shows in the picture. It's the cover of the book is metal, actually, and it's clasped. He has a warhammer that is attached to his belt at his side, and he has a shield on his back. Just a nice, just kind of a nice, warm smile to him. Not very imposing. You look at him. He's with his armor and his symbol on him. You could probably guess he's probably a cleric if you were to guess. But anyway, he just smiles, sits down.
All right, Robbie, as you take your seat, a young girl, probably 14 or 15, walks up to the table. She says, "Hello, I'm Gwen. Gwen, what can I get you?"
What do you have for food?
Well, we have fresh fish. We have wild boar today. It's been seasoned and been roasting all day. We have a stew that consists of local lamb, vegetables, and we have a pumpkin spice bread that is baked regularly, as well as many different ales, wines, and the harder liquors.
Could I have some of the roasted pork
Of course.
and an ale?
It comes with some roasted potatoes and also some local vegetables. And are you dining together or separate?
Separate, please.
All right, what can I get for you, good sir?
Yes, ma'am. The fish would be good. It's caught locally. I'm assuming.
Oh yes, fresh daily.
Excellent.
She like gives you like a list of 5 different types of fish. One you've heard of. They all taste like fish.
Yeah. I'll just order the first one that she says.
Okay.
Yes, I'll take that. However way you prepare it, I'd like mine blackened, maybe with a little bit of a garlic aioli on top. But and some locally sourced vegetables would be just fine.
Yes, sir. And to drink?
Yes. Just whatever local brew you have on tap would be just fine.
All right, I'll be back as soon as I can. As you see, she makes her way through the crowd and whatnot. She gets a few lewd comments from some of the more drunk, but they kind of stay away. They don't touch her, as they get an evil eye from the head barmaid, Big Bertha. Well, I thought I'd get a chuckle for that one. Anyway. Okay, Morthos. Bartender makes his way down to you. He says, "What can I get you, sir?"
Well, 2 things. I was wondering if I could get an ale, and also if I see your stage is empty, could I put my hat down and try to earn some coin while you're waiting for your local bard?
You're a bard. Are you any good?
Why, yes, I am. What can I hurt?
Normally, I'd say no, come back and audition tomorrow, but I'm kind of in a pinch because our bard's supposed to be here. He didn't show up. He's probably off, took another one of his contracts or something. Alright, as long as they don't boo you, go right ahead.
If they boo me, then I'll leave the stage and I will sit at a table. But thanks. And I'll take an ale for the make sure my lips and throat is properly non-parched, because it was a long journey off that boat.
Right. He takes a pewter mug and fills it with a frothy ale, sets it down in front of you, says, "It'll be 2 copper."
Throw 2 copper down.
Right.
Thank you.
Alright, let's see how good you are. As he turns and starts refilling drinks for these patrons here. Brad, are you there yet?
I get up on stage, and
Brad. Hold on, Dish.
No. Oh, sorry. Am I too early?
Brad.
Yes.
There you are. Are you ready or what?
Been ready.
Alright, why are you still Cray? Are you Cray or Alex?
I'm sorry. I'm changing it now. Sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna be Slade.
hey, Mitch, I updated my token to I changed it. So if we can change.
Yeah, give me a moment. I do like that name, Morthos. Pretty cool.
Where are we again? I'm trying to find it. Oh, never mind.
All right. Ditch, what's your armor class?
14, but 16 with a shield.
Okay. I just used the top thing, and then it was 12, right? Was passive.
Yes.
They have dark vision, right?
Yep.
Okay, you're good. Are you concealing your tiefling status at all?
No.
Okay. Does not seem to be a problem.
I huddle in the corner, and do you think I could cast a spell without anybody knowing? It's a shell
very
spell.
few people are paying attention to you. With that being said, Farah and Robbie, both of you notice somebody walk from the bar and get up on stage because you guys are, learned people. You've been training to be adventurers, so you pick up stuff other people kind of not pay attention to. With that being said, Morthos, character description.
You see a tiefling. He's male. He's gold eyes, black hair. He's wearing leather armor. Well, actually, yeah, he would be wearing leather armor.
He's coming down to Georgia.
Has a rapier at his side, a dagger out of his boot. You can see the cross. He has a longbow. It's sitting on the stage now. He's pulling out of his backpack. He's pulling out a viola, and it looks like he's getting ready to start playing. Seems generally just in a good mood, or he's not angry or anything. So he's just getting ready. Looks like he's getting ready to try to entertain.
Looks like the game
Okay.
is about to start. Just kidding.
All right,
I do hope he's good.
Alex.
Yes.
Alex, you're up. Hello.
Who are you talking to?
You.
Oh, I thought did you say Alex?
Yeah, I thought that was your name.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm ready.
Okay. Are you going by what are you going by? You got like 4 names going on. Are you going by Slade or are you going by Alex or what?
Slade.
Slade. Okay. I will have to change your token's name. Hang on a second.
Inquisitor Slade.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that title from these guys. Yeah, how much respect you show each other.
The Inquisition. The Inquisition.
There we go. You're now Slade. I'll stop calling you Alex. Okay, so Slade. You arrived at the same time Robbie did, but Robbie went inside while you were buckling your boots or something. You hear cacophony coming from inside. You can smell delicious food and drink. There's like voice upon voice upon voice on each other. As you enter in, You see what I described to everybody before. There's 3 barmaids running around, the bartender serving customers at the bar. It looks like a tiefling bard has just taken stage and is warming up. You can see there is a table of dwarven merchants over here. It looks like a table full of halflings here. A bunch of commoners and merchants up at the bar. The barmaids are here, and here. You can see that there are a few people that look like they can, carry themselves in a fight, but there's definitely armed, most likely adventurers sitting at this table here.
I'll scan the room, see if anything pops out.
Which is why I just gave all that description. That's what you got. And this guy here is also armed as well, so he's a bard, but he's probably a traveling bard.
Okay. But we'll make this easy.
Okay.
Excuse me, would you mind if I sat down with you? I mean, I notice you're like the only 2 people here. There's room that I could sit at the table. That's okay, unless I'm interrupting.
No, it's fine. We're just, I guess, starting introductions is all.
I reach out. Slade. Alex Slade, nice to meet you. And I reach out over to Parrot, extend a hand. Alex Slade, nice to meet you.
She shakes her hand and smiles and says, "Hi, nice to meet you. Feel free to sit down, join us.
Much appreciated.
All right, character description.
Enjoy this bar that has just, I believe, is going to..."
Yeah, I did see the tiefling. Okay, let's see here. So basically, he's wearing leather. It looks like it's been blued a little bit, but it's kind of worn off, so you can tell it's black. Underneath, there's studs on it. It looks like in the chest has been embroidered with not embroidered, but pressed in with a. Anybody with religion will know that symbol is Torm. With that, he's carrying a rapier on his back. It has the high black boots that matches with the outfit. He has a blue cloak that looks like it's a little dusty. He's been riding for some time. He also carries a short bow with him. On his hand, you can also again see this a ring with the symbol of Torm. Doesn't seem to be made out of any type of precious metal, but still the same. He wears it, and it looks like he has 2 or 3 daggers in the bandolier that come down from his chest. He has a wide-eyed look in his eyes. You can see as he walks in, his eyes seem just to soak everything in. And I sit down with I have dark brown hair, hazel eyes, about 5'10", about 150, 155, so not muscular, but wiry. And I sit down. Well, thank you for the invite. It's such a great town, it looks like, up and coming. I was wondering, are you guys from here?
Not me. I just got into town myself.
Oh, well then, we will take in the sights and learn about the city together.
Yes.
Sure.
He just he swallows some of his fish and just kind of gives a little wave. My name's Robbie. I just came in as well. I'm not from here.
Oh, nice to meet you too, Robbie. And you are a cleric of Torm.
He kind of blinks and then he looks down at his tabard and then looks back and says, "Yes, I guess that would be. Guess I kind of show that a little bit too obvious, huh?"
No, not at all. You can never, profess more love for your god. But hi, I guess I should give you the proper introduction. I am Inquisitor Slade, also of Torm. I extend my hand and give you a firm, handshake. It was good. It's great to see you.
We do the secret Torm handshake.
All right, Morthos, you are all tuned up. You're ready to go.
So I cast.
Cast what? Oh,
So
Are you trying to do it secretly?
no,
Okay.
but you hear drums coming in behind me, and then a second later, some flutes accompany, and then some kind of horn that you've heard, and then he starts playing the viola on the stage.
What is your performance like?
So I
yeah.
roll, Mitch?
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to roll.
Let's see.
The crowd immediately dies down as the music starts. Obviously, you guys turn around.
Come on, baby.
It's gonna roll a 1.
Everyone's gonna start throwing tomatoes.
Oh, look at that!
Wow!
Really?
He is excellent. One of the best bard performances you guys have witnessed. As you go through your music and stuff, people like the barmaids just kind of stop and watch you. Butch looks over, and the people just, everybody stops talking and just listens to your music. When you finish, they either bang their utensils on the thing, cheering and stuff, or people are clapping and whatnot. The only people that don't make as much noise are the dwarves, who just kind of raise their mugs and then down them as a dwarven salute. But Butch looks over and smiles brightly at you, gives you a thumbs up, and then gestures you to continue. At this point, young Gwendolyn makes her way back over and she says, "Oh, sir, what can I get you?" And she runs down the list of food and drink.
I'll order the appropriate food and
Okay.
an ale.
Okay, you guys are actually quite impressed with the ales. It's kind of like an Oktoberfest thing. It's made, it's brewed fresh right here in the Golden Lion, and it's quite tasty. As is all the food. It's perfectly seasoned, cooked, and everything like that. This place it spares no expense. That being said, your meals get your cost a second.
I'll kind of glance at the bard and then to everyone at the table. He's quite good. I would assume the little bit of magic he used probably helped.
I suppose so.
All right. Each meal is 5 silver pieces. However, the ale is rather cheap at only 2 copper a mug, or 1 silver a gallon.
Wow, that is actually reasonably.
Well, the meals are great. The food is amazing, but it's more expensive than in other inns you've been at. Most of the time, for a regular meal, you would pay 6 to 8 copper pieces, up to 3 silver pieces. But this is 5 silver pieces. But it's worth 5 silver pieces. The ale itself is worth more than what you're paying for it, but it seems to pour like a waterfall from this place, so they can sell that cheap, and it is very good. Morthos. Really love that name. It's perfect for a tiefling.
It was the first one on the Tiefling mail list.
No wonder. Okay, so Morthos, I'm going to have you roll a D100. How long do you perform for?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Okay.
A set,
Okay. Yeah, roll me a D100. Okay. Roll me 4d6. Okay, nice. You pick up about 20 silver pieces, and your food is comped. After you finish your set, if you go up and talk to Butch, he'll tell you like, hey, you get a free meal. Um, two mugs of ale. After that, you'll have to pay. But that was pretty good. But we need you to continue on. So take a break and then go back.
Yes, sir.
You can do 3 sets. 3 sets before the night is over.
But I'll go find a table
Okay.
here and to eat my.
Right. As you were singing and whatnot, you look around the room and you can see there appears to be a group of adventurers gathering at this table here. Each of them is armed and armored and looks like they've been traveling.
Hello, all. Would you mind if I would be able to eat my dinner? I'm quite a little bit hungry, and I would enjoy some company.
Certainly. Have a seat.
Thank you all. My name is Morpheus. And yourselves?
I thought it was Morthos.
Morpheus.
Wow.
Take the blue pill.
I'm
The
drinking.
blue pill or the red pill?
All right. As you sit down, one of the halflings from the table across the room, he comes over. He is obviously pretty drunk. As he slams a bottle down on the table, he's like, "That was the best singing I have heard since I left my village. This is for you, my friend. All for you."
Thank you.
As he gives you a big hug and then kind of stumbles off into the crowd, cheering.
Insight?
Check my pockets.
Okay,
I want to do insight also. See, walk
go ahead.
That was quite the set, Morthos.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's a drunk halfling hanging out with his friends, but you do notice that the bottle's half empty.
I would like to, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind sharing my newly gotten bottle of whatever this is. If you all would drink it with me.
I am good, but please enjoy.
Gwendolyn comes over and sets your meal in front of you, Morthos, as well as your 2 mugs of ale. She smiles, clears plates off that, and sets down. She also sets down a new loaf of bread that's still steaming, with a slab of butter, and then takes away the dishes and walks off into the crowd.
Who was that?
Gwendolyn, that's your serving wench, the barmaid.
Why, thank you, Gwendolyn.
Well, you don't know her name, but she's maybe 14 or 15 years old. She's very young, but she's like she's been working hard, so she's kind of sweaty. Her hair's out of place and that sort of thing.
Why, thank you, miss. You're looking quite lovely tonight.
She smiles, kind of rolls her eyes a bit, and then says, "Thank you, sir. Here you go." And she heads off into the crowd.
So, what brings you into this town, my fellow adventurers, I think?
I'm just exploring, actually. I hadn't really explored much outside of where I was from, so I decided to do
Oh, where's that? Where are you from?
just a little town outside of Thresk.
Well, I'm sure you must have been the prettiest lady that came from that town in quite a long time.
Quite a flatterer, aren't you?
Hey, anything that will fill my hat with a little bit of silver. I'm sorry, it is a little bit self-indulging, but, a man's got to do to make some coins is what a man's got to do.
Understood. My name is Farah, by the way.
Sarah? That's such a lovely name. My name is Morthus.
Very good to meet you, Sarah.
in good
And
meat.
thank you for the lovely music.
You're welcome. I'm more than happy to share my newly gotten liqueur right here. I'm looking at the bottle, kind of shaking it, trying to figure out sniffing it, trying to figure out what.
You take a sniff.
Yeah.
It smells like whiskey for your most likely guess is whiskey of some kind. You don't know until you taste it.
Smells like a whiskey.
Perhaps just one small portion. I
Not
don't
a
tend to
problem.
indulge or
And you-
overindulge.
Not a problem. And gentlemen, would you also care to share in my whiskey?
I'm good, but thank you. I put my hand up like, thank you. I have an ale and I'm doing well.
I am fine as well. Thank you so much.
And I'm sorry. Excuse my manners. What is your gentleman's names?
I'm Inquisitor Slade. Nice to meet you.
Inquisitor Slade. Well, hope you're not looking for me. I know. I get that. Because of my facial features and my.
I don't know. Have you done anything? Anything you should be feeling guilty about?
Not in recent memory.
Insight.
Good. Are you being deceptive?
Actually, yeah, I am.
All right, roll deception. Yeah, he's hiding something.
Well, how are we going to start off our friendship if you're not completely honest with me? What are you hiding?
What do you mean what I'm hiding?
I'm an Inquisitor. It's my job to know when someone is being a little deceitful.
Well, are you prying?
Well, I'm asking, so obviously that's prying, right?
A man's past is a man's past. I've moved on to this area to move on, actually.
Perhaps we could understand that there are some things that some people do not wish to share with strangers. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they are good or bad.
Why, thank you, Farah. Your wisdom is only matched by your...
And thus the party leader was born. Boys, sit down, shut up, drink your beer.
Pushing a shot glass of whiskey over to her.
Well, there's no glasses, use just the bottle.
Whatever.
Let me just say, I've not killed anybody or done anybody any harm.
Insight?
Good.
Actually, I'm not deceptive.
So there you go. He appears to be telling the truth.
Well, that's good then. What are you doing in town?
Again, like I said, I'm trying to restart my life here. Again, I ran into some bad luck in the last city that I was at, and hopped on a boat and came down here and just looking to start a...
So you're on the run.
No, I'm not on the run. Just trying to start...
Ah. That's good.
You're
Oh,
awfully suspicious, aren't you?
I am an Inquisitor, aren't I?
So since I am exploring and traveling from my hometown, does that mean I'm on the run? What would I have done?
Everybody's on the run from something. That's something I found out. Hey, I'm even on the run. From my father.
From your father?
Yes, he's an investigator and wanted me to follow in his footsteps. I mean, it's such a drag. Shut up. Yes, it is daddy issues. Have you ever watched Psych?
Robbie will just kind of...
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's good. Well, me and the old man will get back. Yeah, be fine. I just had to get some space, so for you to come down here and do some inquisiting.
Drive the Wienermobile.
Shut it. Mr. Blueberry.
Robbie will
Do zip-lining
will swallow his food, kind of watching the exchange between the two, not really knowing what to think.
See, that's why everybody thinks you're wise. Because you just shut up and watch.
Yeah, he just kind of watches for a sec, and then when the conversation dies down, just looks at Morthos and hello, I'm Robbie. I have come from a long way, actually. I'm originally from Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Wow,
Yep,
that's.
on the Sword
I
Coast.
heard that. I heard that is a town of splendor. Is it truly
City.
as large as 5 cities?
Yes, it is quite large. Compared to this, of course, it is quite bigger.
Wow. And what brings you to this outpost of the?
Well, I've been wandering around. I follow my deity, our Lord and Savior Torm, and hallowed be as by name. No, and at this point, I left my temple and I just wander. I guess doing good.
Wow. Then the fates must have come alive. I mean, we're all 4 sitting at this table, and we seem to all have a common thread. Whereas we are all looking for a new beginning, or a new adventure, or a new thing. I say we all raise our glasses of the ale and toast to maybe a newfound freedom. Maybe we can get together and maybe work together, at least to have each other's back. That would make me feel so much better knowing at least I have a friend or two in this town. If you don't mind, I mean, maybe we can look together and see what can be accomplished. Maybe we can get a job together.
Sure. It's worth. What do we have to lose? She raises her glass.
Yeah, I mean, at least go look at the board and see what jobs are available. You know, you both of you, your mighty hammer there, and I believe that longsword of yours, and you all seem to be capable, or at least appear to be capable. I'm not the greatest fighter in the world, but I do know how to use my rapier. I can shoot a bow. We can see what happens.
Robbie will just kind of shrug and take his mug and just lift it a little bit.
Sure.
No. Well, it looks like I need to get back on stage, so feel free. And I leave the bottle of whiskey out on the table, and I say, feel free to indulge in this wonderful whiskey, and I will be back in a little bit.
Thank you. I look forward to your music.
Thank you. And your name is Farah?
Farah.
Farah.
Indeed, good luck to you, sir.
Why, thank you.
Legion! More Lord Ardok.
Ladies and gents, this next song is dedicated to us in this tavern. This one's for Farah. And I cast...
It comes out like this.
Lord Ardok is a huden fortik symbolo bida och mont farste outvis mon kasabu haudan fuchitang gali asparo.
Sorry, Dish, I had to do it. Okay.
Cast all misery again, and
There you go. All right, performance.
baby needs a new pair of.
There you go. Another outstanding performance.
Consistent.
As the lovely Farah went a town, she got the frown from the other ladies.
Okay, give me a D100. See what you took in this time. As you know, the crowd has changed up a bit. More people have come in. Some people left, and that kind of thing. As the sun has gone down, now it's nighttime. People are coming in and out of the fields, and more merchants are coming in after they close up their shops and whatnot. Okay, roll me 4d6 again.
Well, he was interested.
18 silver this time.
Damn, racking in.
Not too bad. That's some nice chunk of change.
So it's
Decent.
20 and 18, right?
Yeah. That's a few gold pieces right there. And one gold piece is like, it's you're rich.
Oh, I hope you don't mind that I used your name to start up my second set. But your beauty and presence just inspired.
Well, I'm glad I was an inspiration, and no, I don't mind. I'm sure no one here knows me. And even if they did, I wouldn't mind.
I'll tell you what, I will buy the next round of drinks here.
That being said, Gwendolyn comes over with a tray of 4 frothy mugs, sets them down in front of you. It says it's from that table, and she points off to a random table as they all raise their glasses to you, Morthos.
I stand up and I grab my mug and I do a nice, what's the word? What's the male for the Kersey? A bow.
Bow.
Yeah, a bow.
Yeah.
But
They cheer.
I'll raise my mug to them.
They don't seem to be paying attention to you.
I know. I'm just like, I'm looking for different things to highlight on them. So
Right.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take our first break here, guys.
what? No. Okay. Yeah. Sure. No problem.
I have to say, like, running D&D again is almost like pulling on that comfy pair of jeans, you know?
Right?
Where everybody knows the spells.
Pretty much, yeah. Any word from Kelly?
Last I heard she got power back, but she was checking on net, but she never replied, so...
Yeah. Well, she never made a character, so I'm assuming she's ducking out tonight.
Probably, with the storm and
Yeah, I did see that was a bad
stuff
storm
she has
out there.
going on. I don't know if she'll play the couple one-offs that we're gonna do, because she has some things coming up that might make that.
She's having problems with her router.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she just posted.
Did she play any video games?
Not really.
Okay. Vicky, you still play, what? Do you still play Warcraft or something?
Kind of not really playing too much right now, but I have SWTOR and Final Fantasy
Okay.
like subbed. And I do have some characters in Guild Wars too. It's not really a sub though. So.
Okay, sorry.
Why?
Well, I picked up that game Raft. I don't know if you've heard about it. And Chris and Mark and I have been playing that. It's kind of like you're on a raft in the middle of an ocean, and you pull in like planks and plastic bottles, whatever, and craft stuff. You know, trying to make your raft bigger. And there's like a shark that comes by and tries to destroy your raft or eat you. Occasionally, you find an island or another raft you can get from. So it's kind of fun, but it's much easier to play like multiplayer than it does like single player. The damn shark eats me every time.
Yeah, that crafting shit, no.
No,
No, I've never been a crafter.
gotcha. Paul, have you heard of that game?
I have not. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, it's fun multiplayer, especially Chris. You know, because now Chris he tries to fish and then he falls into the ocean and the fish eat him. So he's like, God damn it! It's like, all right, it's eating Chris. Quick, grab the resources. He's like, damn you people. But anyway, okay, we all back? Alright. Let's go ahead and skip ahead a bit. Morthos, as you're getting ready to take your third set, the minstrels finally show up. So you don't have to stand up on stage and say they're it's like 3 people kind of band. And they're playing, the one guy, he's sitting up front either singing or telling stories and that kind of thing through the night. You guys get rooms. And I would give you access to the rooms, but I didn't flesh them out. Simply just making freaking maps all last night.
Appreciate the work you put into it, brother.
Yeah, I usually like to detail the rooms, and it was just taking too long, and I wanted to get some other maps done. So I was like, I'm just gonna skip the rooms, just do the bar, and have this ready for you guys. You can always make this like your headquarters or whatever out of here. All right, so your in-stay is going to be 8 silver pieces a night. Now the rooms themselves are, there's a common room. If you use the common room, that's only 5 silver pieces. It's got a bed, it's got a lockbox, very comfortable. You get your own, piss pot, and there's a little bureau with a mirror and jug of water, fresh, blankets and whatnot. If you get a double room that you share with another person, that is the 5 silver pieces, the 8 silver pieces. And then if you want a single room, that's going to be 2 gold pieces a night.
I guess if somebody wants to split a room, we could do a double room. Robbie?
I think the common room would be just well for me.
Okay. I'll do a common room also. How much is that?
Each. The common room is 5 silver pieces. Now each bed is partitioned off with like either a screen or like a curtain hanging down. So it's kind of like think like hospital room, So you have some privacy when you pull that curtain around and whatnot. Each one has like a candle. There's a mirror with a wash basin and that sort of thing.
And what was the next? The next one up was what, 8 silver pieces?
Yes.
And 8 was what?
That's for like you're sharing a room with one other person, one to 2 other people, depending on the room.
Do you pick it, or do they pick it? Or is it for everybody?
They'll give you your pick of this is who's staying here and blah blah blah. And sometimes it's just you. If there's not enough, it may have 2 beds, but you may be the only one staying in it. So.
Okay.
But don't be surprised you wake up and there's somebody in a bed, next to you or across from you next morning. Kind of how they bill it.
Did you want to share a room? It'd be cheaper.
Sure, why not?
So long as you promise to, stay on your bed.
Oh, pinky swear.
Yeah, I mean you can push the beds together if you want, but they're separated for now.
Well, he sounds honest.
I'm not hiding anything.
But she would just look at you for a second and be like, "Sure, it's cheaper, right?"
It works out to be cheaper, yeah.
Absolutely. For that'd be 4 silver piece a person, right? Or each of us.
Yes.
That works. Well, I don't know about you, but I want to get a bright early start till tomorrow, so I am going to adjourn for the night.
I think I will too.
Yes, can we all agree to meet? Can we all agree to meet at the entrance of the tavern and maybe check out the signboard, see if there's anything that we could work together on? At least take a look at it. Not guaranteeing we can do it, but
Oh, the fee for the room is not split.
Oh, it's 8 apiece.
8 apiece. Yeah, it's 8 for the bed. Yeah.
Oh, then
Yeah. Otherwise, they would be losing money. That's what the common room is for.
I think I'll still do it anyway.
Okay. Do you guys still share a room?
Yes.
Okay.
That one's 8, right?
8 silver pieces. Yes. Morthos, where are you staying?
common room.
Okay. Alright, so the common room, there's 3 other people. 2 of them are already passed out drunk. Looks like a couple of the halflings that were at that table earlier. Their partitions are partially pulled closed. It looks like they couldn't quite figure out and they just collapsed. As you guys find to the bed, you see the bed is very comfortable. There is a bedpan underneath. There's a wash basin with some fresh water in a jug, a mirror, of a little candelabra to have your space, and the partitions go all the way around, so you can have like a kind of like a private little area there. There's also a small bag of potpourri sitting on the pillow. For you guys who are sharing the other room, as you guys walk in, again, each door except for the common room door has a relief carved into it. This has a lion like sitting relaxed with its front paws crossed, staring off into the distance with the sun rising behind it. As you enter in, you see there is the bed. The beds have been turned down already, waiting you guys. There's a bed on the west wall, one bed on the east wall. Both of them are very comfortable. Each of them has like posts on it with like a curtain. However, there is a partition. Think like a close. What do they call those? Those little blinds.
Curtain?
Yeah, it's like that accordion blind. You change clothes behind. I forget what they call it. There's a long one that is set. You can pull it to almost cut the room in half to a point. There's like maybe about 5 feet of space between the end of it. Each of you has a small dresser next to the bed, which has again another small candelabra which is lit. There's also another candelabra or a lantern that is lit just inside the doorway. There is a large window that looks out onto the street. There are again bedpans, wash basins with fresh water, as well as a small hunk of cheese and bread, potpourri on the pillows. All the sheets again are turned down, and the bed is, instead of filled with straw, it's more of a feathered bed. There is also a small brazier that is heating 2 bedpans. So you can put these under if you get cold. It's basically where they used to heat rocks.
Yep.
And you slide it between the mattress and whatnot to keep you warm through the night. So I mean, this place is, again, spares no expense. There's also like a tapestry on the wall that's good.
Rather sophisticated for a small town. Does it look
And the door locks as does the there's 2 like coffers at the end of your beds. Each of you are given a key to them.
I'll look at the tapestry. Any holes in it or anything like someone could look?
No. It's freshly woven.
I shot you a message too, Mitch.
And it depicts like a lion hunting like I don't know, like a deer through this grass or whatever.
And is there a Temple of Torm in this town?
No, there's like a what do they call them? Unitarian kind of church temple, where there's a priest that runs it, but anybody can go there to pray and worship and whatnot.
They could call those heretics. Anyhow.
Not really. That's just a Unitarian.
So traveled far. What are you hoping to gain out of your little adventure? I pulled a shot.
I don't know. Just I want to see more of the world, I guess.
You seem rather well spoken. I'm getting something. Are you from nobility? I'll take it. Silence. Yes.
She gives you kind of like looks aside for a second and looks back and say, well, kind of.
Well, there's no kind of when it comes to nobility. Either you are or you aren't. I mean, personally, I don't mind. Nobility's just like everybody else.
So you say.
I take it it doesn't sit well with, and so you headed out to kind of escape something?
It's a personal issue.
Okay, well, don't worry. Like I said, my dad's a little bit overbearing, though he'll deny that and say I'm just a fluff off, but we each all have our stories. Sorry if I press too much, it's just that's what I do.
I do hope that your father is overbearing only because he worries for you.
He started off as a city guard, went on to investigator, wanted me to follow in the same steps. Used to bury my birthday presents and then tell me the loose dirt was the giveaway. I'd have to go searching. Crazy.
That's not very nice.
To me, it's more to it than that, but I think he means well. But yeah, I end up going to Torm all the time and with him, and I've had a knack for picking up fine details, knowing when people are lying, etc., etc. Kind of like our Morthos friend. But again, everybody has something to hide. So, like you said, sometimes there's a reason for it, sometimes there isn't.
True. Sometimes it's just safer for the person to keep it to herself.
Absolutely. Are you decent now? Okay to pull the curtain back, or do you want to keep it closed?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. So, if I'll
Get
retire.
into bed and, curl up all warm and everything.
Okay.
I will take the hot pan and warm my feet, and drift off.
All right. Morthos, Robbie, anything special before the night?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. You guys wake up mainly to the smells of bacon frying, bread being baked, kind of wafting in through the cracks in the doors. Robbie and Morthos, you wake up and you see that the halflings are still passed out, but a few other beds have been taken at this point. Slade and Farah, you two wake up to the same sort of smells, but you find that your hot plates have gone cold at this point. However, the comforter kept you quite comfortable through the rest of the night.
Set it back where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Oh, Farah, are you up?
Yes.
Okay. Get dressed, man.
Yeah, she
Okay.
starts to get dressed and
Right.
everything.
You guys all head out to the tavern area.
Absolutely.
All right. It's not as busy as it was the night before. you can see there's still some people here, merchants basically. The dwarven merchants are up and whatnot. A couple of the halflings are back at their table. They look a bit miserable as they've got like a plate of eggs and bacon in front of them. Gwendolyn is not here, so you get waited on by Vonda, this girl here, as she comes over, as she says, "Oh, good morning. Let me get you some breakfast."
What was her name?
Vonda.
Okay, I thought you said Yolanda. I was going to say, "Be cool, honey,
No.
buddy."
No. She comes back and sets down, toasted bread, some bacon. You have some eggs and whatnot. As you guys kind of all make your way down into the table.
Ah, good. Hey, what's going on, guys?
I see the sun has risen with Farah here.
She just cocks her head to the side and smiles.
Well met, Robbie. Well met, Morthos. Beautiful day.
Yes, I was hoping. Do you guys wish to come with me to the work post and see if there's any assignments that we might be able to work together on? I know I'm being a little bit forward, but
Just a little.
In my profession, you got to speak to the people and you got to take some chances.
I think it sounds like a wonderful idea.
Sure.
Every day, millions of people
Well,
looking for
I
healthy
guess
skin
Torm
reach for
has led me
Cetaphil,
to you three.
recommended by
I guess that'll be fine.
dermatologists. Awarded by Allure,
You couldn't have a
Wonderful.
worse
most of all,
company.
loved by skin. Cetaphil, the
Wonderful.
cleanser-sensitive skin
Let's have
loves.
some breakfast. Let's have some breakfast and see what happens. I'll pick up the tab for this morning.
Well, thank you.
Certainly. Are you sure?
All right.
Robbie orders 3 times as much then. No, I'm just kidding.
I notice that Robbie has a ferocious appetite.
He's mostly quiet, he's just eating.
4 buffets.
Yeah. Orders
Excellent.
the moons over Miami.
So,
Okay.
everybody have a good night.
Well, yes, the beds here are wonderful.
Breakfast is going to cost you 8 silver pieces
Not a problem.
if you're paying for everybody.
I also grab an apple.
All right. What do you guys do?
Head to the
Alright.
signpost. Looking for work.
All right, you guys are back on the street. Again, you see merchant shops are being opened. You can smell, the fresh pastries coming from the bakery. The butcher shop is open. You can hear like chickens clucking, pigs and whatnot in the back. The blacksmith, the sound of hammer on metals ringing and echoing down the streets as you head towards the center of the small town. Here there is, you can see what appears to be a large signboard with different things posted on it. Some are letters to lost people, or hey, this person was lost, this person was lost. And they look to be like small jobs, like, we need help in the fields, we need help in the mines, we need help in the log, that kind of thing. The only thing that's a little different is you see one of the guards, not the militia, kind of standing there. He's looking over the thing. He's looking about, looking through the crowd. He looks back. He reads a couple letters as you guys are approaching. As he turns back, he kind of looks over. He looks at you. He does that like cop scan of your weapons and whatnot. As you see, his posture turns from more of a like, crap, how am I going to do this, to more of a this could be it. As he waves you forward.
I go over to him.
Seems they know you.
No, I think he's looking for something. Maybe
Yeah, he scanned the crowd, and when he came to us, he seemed to. And I put my hand on my. He wants us for a job.
Yes.
Do you guys approach?
Yes.
Yes, I already said it.
You see a young man. He's probably in his mid-20s. He is wearing a half-plate armor that is branded with the symbol of the land. He's also wearing a tabard that is also. He has a blue and white striped cloak down his back. Although he has a full helmet, he's not wearing it at the time. It's attached to his belt. He is carrying a very formidable-looking long sword at his hip, and a short sword at his other hip. As he turns to you, he's very well groomed. His hair is cut short. He has the beginnings of a mustache that will soon turn into one of those nobility handlebar type mustaches. Other than that, he's clean shaven. He has a blonde hair, sky blue eyes. As he smiles at you, his teeth are as good as you can expect. As he says, "Greetings. May we converse for a moment?"
Certainly.
How do you do? I take from your gear and your garb that you are adventurers.
That is correct, sir.
Wonderful. I am Sir Edmund, and we have my lord has need of some adventurers. It is a task where you will be rewarded by my lord with audience, not only audience with him, but also a reward upon completion. It is dangerous, and therefore it's not for the simple folk. Because he kind of smiles and looks about. As you see, there's other people who have weapons, but none of them are really armed like you guys are.
Ah, I understand. Well,
Are you interested?
I believe so. You guys?
Interested enough to listen.
Excellent. Please follow me.
Alrighty.
He takes another quick look at the board, kind of scanning it. Looks back at you once again, kind of scans you guys again real quick, and then starts heading north up the main street towards one of the town gates. All right, you guys walk for a few moments. He's, you can tell, especially Brad, you can tell this guy's a seasoned warrior. His head's on a swivel as he looks around. He greets some people. He smiles and waves to the militia that are moving through. If they get close enough, he shakes their hand, pats them on the shoulder, telling them they're doing an excellent job. The town is growing incredibly well, that sort of thing. He's offered an apple from a fruit stand. He takes it, but he does give them 2 copper in return as they kind of like, "Bless you, Lord, bless you, my Lord, bless you, my Lord," as he walks through. He turns and starts heading towards a long building that is also looks to be recently constructed. Outside, you can see there's probably about half a dozen men in leather armor. Some of them have bows, some have swords, and they seem to be practicing. As he walks up the ground here is more muddied than anywhere else. It's not quite as tailored, and you can also see there's a small stable off to the side where there's about 10 horses. One of them looks to be probably his because it's got an opulent saddle on it. It's well groomed and taken care of. As he brings you into the grounds, he walks up. He says something to a large guard. As the guard kind of looks you guys over, gives kind of a grim look, and then turns back to him as he smiles again and waves you towards the gatehouse. As you guys follow in, he takes you off to the side. He says, "So, my lord wishes an audience with adventurers. I've been here in in Hungrel's Landing for at least a week and have not run across anyone who seems formidable. However, the way you are outfitted, the way that you seem to be eager to take my request, leads me to believe I have found the right people.
Well, I certainly hope so, for your sake.
Indeed.
And your-
For I must be moving on. If I didn't find anyone, I would have to move on to the next town. But this seemed the correct place, since there are so many people coming in, filtering in from other lands. Now, I am not interested in your past. I'm not interested in if you, I'm not interested in what you've done beforehand. I only want to know is if you can carry yourselves well in battle.
I can shoot a bow.
He looks to each of you. Brad, you've seen this look several times from your father.
Yes, of course we can. Otherwise, we wouldn't be adventurers and we wouldn't have been here. We've been dead a long time ago. So, we may...
Very well. I have some horses. If you wouldn't mind, we'll settle them up and then we will head and see my lord. It's going to be a 2 days ride.
Oh my.
2
Certainly.
days ride.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad I had a big breakfast.
You know, if you need provisions, and I can have them made for you.
I'm sorry,
No, I'm good.
If you need provisions for the ride. If you don't have provisions, let me know, and I will make sure that we have them for the ride.
by ride, do you mean walk, or are you flying up those horses?
No, I have horses here.
That.
We can take a cart if you cannot ride a horse. As he kind of looks at you, he's kind of looking at you admonishingly.
A cart might be better.
Very well. I can have a cart hitched up, and he turns, he waves, he whistles, and somebody, one of the stable boys comes running over, says, have the two draft horses hitched up to the cart, have it ready to go within the hour. Does anyone else ride a horse, or are you all going to ride the cart?
I can ride if I need to.
How do we know if we ride or not? Or is it background based? Or?
No, it's kind of it's as far as like vehicles, riding the cart or whatever, steering the cart. It's a vehicle thing, but honestly, all of you should be able to ride horses.
I can ride, Jack.
Okay. Then I'll ride.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought since I didn't have any kind of ride, I couldn't ride.
No, I don't think they do that anymore in 5th edition.
Cool. Then we ride.
Okay.
Yeah, then we're...
We ride.
All right. If you guys all say you're riding instead of the cart, do you guys need provisions?
Well,
I am.
I could use a couple of days' provisions.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the next 10 minutes are spent as he goes over and he starts bossing people around. People are like running, obeying his every command. As you see, their saddles. They bring out 5 horses. They put or 4 horses, I guess, because out here. They bring out 4 horses. They throw saddles on. They fill the saddlebags with 2 days worth of provisions. They also put on a large water skin. They set up what do you call it? Saddle sheaths for any weapons that you guys need if you're on horseback, which none of you can fight on horseback, but you can ride a horse. And then they bring him forth as soon as everything's prepared. He saddles up, mounts the horse, and then turns back to you.
Real quick, Mitch.
Yeah.
I run over behind the stall and act like I'm taking a piss.
Okay.
And I cast.
Sense emotion. Okay. Okay. Who are you doing this on?
I do it on myself, and then I can look at people.
Okay, well, yeah, it only lasts for 1 minute, so
Right, I'm looking at the guy.
okay, you can sense a sense of relief coming from him, and also urgency.
Okay, cool.
A little bit of doubt, probably too, as he doesn't know you or if you're capable. Okay, when everything's set up, you guys ride out, and you start heading north, and then you turn a bit east towards the forest and mountains. I'm going to move you guys to the. I'm going to move you guys to the Faerun map, and I'm going to show you where you're at. Okay, so you have an idea.
Oh,
No, they're gone.
it's like Ash.
All right, if you guys zoom your maps all the way in. All right, you guys are approximately right here. Okay, I tried to make like a little mark on the map, but it wouldn't let me, and it was pissing me off. So I'm like, fuck it. So you guys are basically like right about there, right above the top of the S and Sea of Falling Stars.
Okay.
No,
Perfect.
doesn't work. Okay, so that's where you guys are starting, and you guys kind of turn north and then start heading kind of a northeast direction towards the forest. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys travel, and I'm not gonna like drag this out. You guys travel for the first day. You make camp, um, sleeping under the stars with plenty of provisions, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of you know we call it encounter or anything like that. Next morning you wake up, you saddle back up and then head off. As you travel, you guys turn away from the forest more to the northwest this time. Within about 6 hours more ride with a little break in the middle there, you approach what appears to be a large encampment, like almost like city, with a large. It's like a city built around a hill, and on top of the hill is built a grand mansion. As you approach, the city itself is walled. There are not like Waterdeep or any other place you've been before, where there's pilgrims and stuff waiting outside. It's more of like people inside that are camped out. There is permanent buildings, there's semi-permanent buildings, and there's also tents. He brings you through the streets, and most of the streets here are not paved or anything. It's more dirt or mud, depending on when it rains. Since we're getting to autumn, the temperature is like it's about 68, 69 degrees. As you guys head up through these winding streets and roads, as he leads you up to the mansion. As you approach, you can see that this place is definitely, hoity-toity lives here, because there's marble, there's granite, the driveway is paved, that sort of thing, and there are guards that are not dressed like him, but more dressed in think like uniform. They're all kind of wearing the same type of uniform, and they are stationed all over the place. Not only are there archers walking around the roof, but there's also archers and other armed guards with pole arms and stuff just patrolling the area. When you approach, two young boys come out and take the reins of your horses, leading them off. The knight pays them no mind. He comes off the saddle, draws his sword from the sheath, sheathes it back into his thing, turns to you, says, "Please follow me."
Okay.
All right. You guys enter into the house. Is everything around you is just screams noble lord. You can see there's statues, there's tapestries. The floor is marble. There's columns going up. There's a grand staircase leading up to a second story. As he leads you past all this, two doors open up and lead into a grand area. You guys will recognize the room, but it's been rearranged. Alright, you can see guards stationed all over the place. At the center is a large throne with this man sitting upon it.
Wow.
He looks at you with an excited look, half smile on his face. As the knight walks up, he bows. Says, "My lord, I have brought some adventurers that may be able to help." As he turns, he gestures towards you, and then he walks off and out a secondary door. Hang on one moment, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Go ahead.
I step forward, approach.
All right. As you step forward, he steps, or he stands up from his chair. Says, "Welcome, welcome. I am Lord Cedric. Welcome to my domain."
I curtsy. And
He bows to you.
Greetings, my lord. My name is Farah, and these are my fellow companions, Morthos, Robbie, and
Good day,
Cindy.
sir.
He nods to you.
How may we help you?
So, I am in great need of adventurers. Hopefully, you will be able to solve that need. He turns and looks at one of his aides, gestures and nods as the aide bows, and then heads off to a side table, grasping 5 goblets, fills them with wine, comes back. He takes one, and then he gestures to you as the aide comes over with the tray.
Many thanks. It was a long ride. And I take them.
All right, thank you, Lord Cedric. Thank you for this drink. Again, she is correct. It was a long.
If you are able to help me, then this is nothing. I am in need of adventurers whose lives are expendable. I'm sorry, it's not personal. It's just this is the job that I have.
Perhaps you could tell us more.
Of course. My youngest son, Edwin, went missing about a week ago. He was on a hunting trip with a few of my best scouts. He was supposed to return 3 days ago. He had gone into the woods and up towards the mountain. He is not a very bright boy, but he is an excellent hunter. I am upset as he kind of when he says "I am" and he kind of searches for the word. He says, "I am upset absence as his mother, and we wish his return as soon as possible."
Insight.
That is certainly understandable.
All right. Yeah, he's not sincere with that last part, except for his mother. We believe he has been either killed or taken captive. There have been reports of rogue goblins trying to move their way in, since we have more or less taken the forest back. The roots of the mountain are still quite dangerous. If he traveled that far, it's possible he was taken by these creatures. You will be handsomely rewarded, obviously, upon his return.
In the goblins, does that sound true, or does it sound like it's a lie?
Yes, it's truth.
Okay.
Robbie his eyes are still kind of downcast, not looking the Lord directly into the face, because he's kind of used to being commoner around lords, I guess, in Waterdeep.
So, any of the guards make it back? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
My best scouts were out with him. They're gone. The guards are not scouts. As he looks around to them, they don't look at him. They're kind of standing at attention. Because my next band of scouts are at least 3 weeks away. That is why I'm seeking adventurers as soon as possible.
That's why we need Kelly. Well, I'm not much of a tracker myself, but I'm sure that we could investigate ourselves and see what we can find. There's no harm in that.
I can send you in the right direction and let you know where his hunting grounds were. I doubt he's there. Otherwise, they most likely would have returned by now.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. Where's Kelly? Because I kind of designed this so she could be helpful.
Right. Tell her she's sick.
In the meantime, I am more than happy to provide you with whatever provisions you need to for your quest, and you will be rewarded monetarily upon your return of my son, dead or alive. At least proof, if he is dead, proof that you found his body.
Do you have a painting of him?
Of course I do. But he does wear a ring, and he kind of gestures, and you see on his hand, you see a ring with a what do you call it, heraldry kind of mark on it. He bears the same ring as I do. If he is dead, bring this ring back to me as proof that he is dead. Otherwise, bring him back. As I say, he is not bright, but he is a very skilled hunter.
If you could impart any knowledge of these woods and the mountain that you guys might know, then I think that should be all we would need. Unless you guys need any provision?
I will supply you with what we have.
That would be great, my lord. Thank you.
He claps his hands as the servants run back over. He says something to one of them as they rush out a door. Says, very well. As he sits back down and drinks his wine, another servant gestures you guys to exit the way you came in.
Okay.
All right. And without Kelly, I think that's where we're going to cut it tonight.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Hopefully she will fill in her stuff and we'll be good to go.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I apologize, sir.
That's alright.
Alright. So this is the start of the first quest for you guys. Bring back Edwin.
We're a little awkward in character, but I like it.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yep.